Great. Call the meeting to order. Second thing on our agenda is to approve the agenda. So anybody have any additions or? Okay, the next thing we need to do is move to approval of minutes. Anybody have any corrections, additions? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
Good. All right. All right, now we need to move. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. I think we could probably do that by acclamation too, couldn't we? Probably. I'm not even sure. Some meetings I go to, you don't even have to.
Some people you do adjourn.
Yeah. So, okay, number 4 on our agenda is the election of chair and vice chair.
I'll make a motion that we stay status quo with you as chair and Mike just remain as vice chair.
I second that motion.
Sure.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hang on 1 second for me,
Amen.
okay?
Sure.
I was going to say, we're in a hurry.
All right, so I had Susanna as make a motion to stay status quo with Candace as chair and Mike as vice chair. And then who was the second?
Chance.
Second, Peggy. Okay. And then did you guys do a whole approval?
Approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approved. We do.
Congratulations on your continued well-earning,
Thank you.
much paid y'all.
That's right. Glad to serve one more year. Okay, we're going to turn it over to Christy for program and facility updates.
As far as the beachfront, the beach is faring well. I hope that we continue to dodge storms. We are planning to partner right now with Turtle Patrol for International Coastal Cleanup Day, which is going to be scheduled for September 20th, 2025. That is a Saturday.
Okay, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
National Beach Cleanup.
International Coastal Cleanup. And in the past, when we've done that, we've actually had, I believe this board in the past, so if people can't do Saturday, we've opened it up to all week, and you guys have actually done some of the waterway parks because it is coastal in the past. So I would say when we put up out our advertising, we'll be very specific with what we partner for Turtle Patrol with, but also we would open it up so if Saturday's not conducive to people, that they could still participate during the week.
Okay.
And date again, September what?
September 20th is the official date nationwide.
Good.
Thank you.
The dredging that was forecast for Lockwood Folly for July and August has been pushed to October. I found that out last week. I attended the memorandum of agreement meeting with the state with the Shallow Draft Inlet Fund that's held online. And I asked the question in the chat on why that was, because we were programmed and we've already been pushed once. And the Corps' answer was that they had emergency dredging in Ocean City, Maryland and Norfolk, and they are national assets. We've asked to be considered to move up in the schedule. As possible, so it may be that they can do something for September, but it doesn't look like the report that I gave both you and the Board of Commissioners for July and August still holds true from last month. Because they make that push on their end based on what they consider the survey dips and the most need.
But they think they'll get to it at
They
some
do,
point.
but it doesn't really help us with tourist season.
Well, yeah. In fact, does it even, I guess it wouldn't do to postpone it to spring to be closer to tourist season. That probably wouldn't help us with it.
No, because typically it's done, it needs to be done quarterly anyway, so they're very behind.
Okay. All right.
As far as tie-dye and concerts, many of you participate in tie-dye weekly, so you know this, but they're still well attended, and the Pilates class will end next week, August 14th, because the instructor will be going back to college to finish her graduate degree. I've gotten very positive feedback on that program this summer, so if she's in the area next summer, if we have another instructor to come along, I hope that we can continue that class.
One more week of tie-dye?
Yes, this coming Tuesday will be the last week unless we get rained out, and then we'll hold one more week for shirt sales.
Did you get any more shirts?
We did, they came in yesterday late.
Of course.
We tried.
I know.
I placed an order 2 hours after surgery, but it didn't matter, it didn't get here in time.
Did you remember placing it?
I did. I also had a QC check on that order too. In a facilities update, Block Q continues to be a nightmare project. I sent the commissioners an update within the last hour on that. I did meet with the contractor, the architect, and the structural engineer in this room earlier today. My hope is that deficiencies will be remedied quickly, and I told the owner of the company that he will need to stand before the BOC for the August meeting. So there will be a report in my manager's report, like is normally seen, that discusses what's happened or what's planned. But then as far as questions and engaging, he would be at the podium.
Good.
And then,
Is there a time when the working with him is not an option, or are y'all just going to try to continue on to see if he can remedy?
that would be something I wouldn't discuss in this meeting because it would involve, where attorneys get involved.
Okay.
So I would need to stay away from that discussion.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, is that next coming meeting?
Yes,
Okay.
and, not Tuesday, but the following week.
So it's shut down for further construction right now? Is that
No,
right?
they're still working. They have to make some repairs to things that didn't pass inspection.
Okay.
And then continue to work on other items in the meantime. And then the venue for concerts will be back on the August agenda. BOC members expressed some preferences last month in what they'd like to see. And so August has been set up as an exchange back and forth with the architect so that he knows how to proceed with renderings
Okay.
based on their
And is
preferences.
that an additional meeting or during the regular BOC?
Regular BOC meeting.
It'd be good for him to be able to leave with a menu of jobs.
So I brought those things to your attention because they're related to this board, and so I don't know if you guys are planning to attend that meeting or not, but you may want to attend or at least listen online as
Okay.
they're directly related to Parks and Rec facilities.
Did the yoga people ever present their petition, or did the BOC ever get their petition as to what they, their interest in being included in any design for the,
No, they were told they would have to present it to the BOC themselves.
okay.
But I did mention at the last board meeting when size was mentioned that the yoga folks needed to be
Okay.
considered too, not just concerts, because they currently don't really have a space.
Okay.
So does the BOC have to request to get on the agenda, or is it one of the, since it's on the item, it'll be an agenda item, do they just speak from the public comments and have the limited 3 minutes?
They would speak from public comments and have the limited 3 minutes if they chose to speak. They would have to sign up ahead of time before the meeting, like everybody else,
Okay.
on that action item. And then the last thing I had is something that I don't want resolution on today, but if you guys can start looking at your calendar and thinking, October 31st would be when we've traditionally done the trunk or treat, and that is Halloween night. But that also is when Byways has scheduled the Beach and Inlet Waterway Conference for 2 days, Thursday and Friday. So I could make it back, but it would limit preparation time that afternoon. So I want us to, maybe at the September meeting, consider what we think is the best day for that, taking into account the festival as well. and then we can get publicity out, because I know you guys have to help with that event as well. So I'll need to consider your calendars when we make a decision on when we're posting that event to be.
Is festival 24th and 25th?
It will be the last full weekend in October.
Okay, so,
25th and 26th.
yeah, that's right, it's not on Friday, is it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I looked it out wrong.
Yeah.
So have we done it during the week in the past? I mean, like.
We did, last year was during the week.
Okay. So
When does your conference start on Thursday and where is it?
Wilmington, and it's all day Thursday, and then normally they go until 2 or 3 o'clock on the next day. It's not always on a Thursday, but the first day is all day, and then they go to 2 or 3
All
o'clock.
right,
the
well,
next day.
we'll take this under advisement in September, and we'll kind of get our calendars together.
I do think that's the best night for it in general, because I think people are looking for things to do, and it happens to fall on a Friday night, but I do need to let you know ahead of time that for my part in setting up the town booth, I will probably be coming in on 2 wheels, so.
Yeah, well,
We can help.
or we can adjust. You don't have to be in, because you need to, if you're in a conference, you need to kind of participate as much as you need to, so. Has everything been okay with the basketball court? I know they got that fixed, and or at least,
Yes, we've been working on a goal issue with bolts this past week. The lines have done well as far as the
Okay.
second time around. There's some touch-up they're going to return and do, because they've said they'll honor anything, and so we're going to be nitpicky at this point and make sure it's just like we want it.
It looks good,
Gotten compliments on it from
Yeah.
people that are playing.
yeah.
okay. So the bolts are just from
The goal.
wear and tear?
Wear and tear.
Okay.
And we accomplished that through the Public Works Department.
Any timeline on the playground?
I hope that we're going to get more into that discussion at the September meeting.
Okay.
With the other town items that are pressing, I told the one playground vendor that we were talking to that we had schematics from that September timeframe would probably be ready when
Okay.
we'd be wanting to dive into that, because it'd be after the season.
Well, that's true. Good.
Christie, since I was not on the board at the time you probably made the decision, what is the date for the second 50/50 for the board?
Labor Day weekend.
Okay, so it's still Labor Day.
How would the Hatteras ramps and some of the ADA stuff that you've done at the, on the beach, you know, like the bathrooms that you put down at the end, the east end, is that all going okay?
It is going well. Mats are a thing that are weekly, if not daily. The beach rangers have assisted with additional clean off of that this year. As part of their duties, it is quite a lot for one person to handle with Sean with maintenance, but for the tourist season. But we are continuing to keep up with all of that. Bathrooms have done well, lots of compliments.
I was gonna say, there ought to be a lot of compliments. It
Yeah.
looks really good.
It's convenient for everybody to have one close by. Even though Mac and I will not be there at the last tie-dye, would it be inappropriate or appropriate for any of us that wanted to send the BOC an invitation to stop by and just observe and see what we actually do on those tie-dye Tuesdays? Because I don't think unless you've experienced it and you've seen it, and see the enthusiasm and the participation of these families that come to to visit us, plus our homeowners bringing their grandchildren and all. Would that be okay? Is that appropriate, or can?
Well, you guys are members of the town public, so
So we
you're
can
more
do-
than welcome to always email the commissioners about anything, but
Okay.
Mike has emailed and invited them before. If you wanted to follow up with
Mhm.
another email, you could do that.
I mean,
But
everybody had reasonable excuses.
an invitation has been extended this year from a member of the board.
Good.
Well, I think it's real important that they see some of the things that this board does, because it's a very hands-on board, and also see the value of a lot of the activities that the Parks and Rec puts on, because they are valued by, they're valued by the homeowners, families, and our visitors.
I will tell you, one of the coolest things is it was 2 weeks ago, this family rented the house across the street from me. And I always tell everybody about the tie-dye.
Do too.
And so they were huge Clemson fans. I mean, this guy had a Forerunner bright orange. And so they all showed up. And we just happened to have Clemson orange that day. And they got the grandparents to go ahead and do his shirt too. And I'm on the front porch in the swing, and they holler at me and they want me to come over and take a picture. And there's like 12 of them. And they're all standing on the front deck, and all of their bright orange Clemson tie-dyes. That's cool. That was cool.
Yeah. And Christie, do you have anything else?
That was the conclusion of my report.
Anyone else have any questions or comments? Okay, we're open now for public comment. Do we have any comments from the public? All right.
I have to say, I have been to the tie-dye many times with family, and it is a wonderful activity to do when you're visiting the beach. And I've done many of the other things that the board sponsors, and I appreciate all your time and effort that you guys put into it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I so moved.
Second.
So Grace, and then Ray seconded. All in favor?
Aye.